Straight away, look at Neo's face here. He's not necessarily looking at Smith. Remember, Neo can see the green code. So Neo's concerned, confused face here is not saying, oh look, it's Agent Smith, it's Hugo Weaving with the sunglasses on and the suit. No, it's saying, I'm reading some code, I'm reading some green code that I shouldn't be reading. This green code that I'm looking at right now is not the same code that I saw in that hallway. That's why Neo looks so confused. Straight away, what does Smith call him? Mr. Anderson. That's because to Smith, Neo is not Neo. Smith does not acknowledge Neo's status as the One. He does not acknowledge Neo's status as a savior. He is just dirty human. That's what Neo is to Smith. Did you get my package refers to that earpiece that Smith sent Neo, because earlier on in this film, Neo received a little envelope, opened it up. It's the earpiece that Smith had in his ear throughout the entire first film. Notice how he doesn't have it now. We'll get into why in a second. This is classic Neo. Neo doesn't say, wait a minute, what are you doing? Who are you? Where'd you get here? How did you get here? Blah, blah, blah. Like, no, Neo just straight up accepts what he sees in front of him. He says, yeah, I did receive your package. That is what Neo is. He accepts what his eyes see. Morpheus looks at the screens and says, Smith, but he's just looking at green code. Now, how can he see that it's Smith? It's because them being experts in the code, them being experts in the Matrix and being humans who have lived amongst the code for so long, they can read the code. Remember how Cypher says, I don't even see the code, all I see is blonde, brunette, redhead. This is what's happening here. Link says, whatever it is, he's not reading like an agent. That is because, as we're about to find out, Smith kind of died at the end of the Matrix 1, and he became an exile. He's no longer an agent of the system. He is something else. This is Smith kind of enjoying being the guy who survived, you know, just like Neo survived. Now Smith is the one who survives. Just a classic baddie phrase. Then you're aware of our connection, is what Smith asks Neo. This connection is the key thing that happened at the end of the Matrix 1. Smith is no longer an agent, he's no longer plugged in to the Machine City. He is effectively an exile now. That's why he thinks he's connected to the One, because to Smith, Neo is this human who broke his chains. He's a human who broke the rules and now he's free, he can do whatever he wants. Smith is saying he's exactly the same. Smith is a program who broke his chains. Smith is a program who can now do whatever the hell he wants. So in his mind, he's kind of like the One. Smith says he doesn't quite understand how it happens, and yeah, I mean, it's true, no one understands how it happens, apart from the Oracle. Smith then explains how it might be some part of you overwritten or copied onto me. Firstly, hearing that, you remember they are computer files. That's exactly it, is the computer file became corrupted. The computer file from Neo kind of duplicated onto Smith. This line is very important. Smith says, it is at this point irrelevant. That is Smith's entire existence in one line. All he cares about is his determinism. All he cares about is destroying the One, nothing else. He doesn't care why, he only cares about what. Remember how the Oracle says to Neo, you've already made the choice. What's important is understanding why you made it. That's what separates the humans from the machines. Humans need to understand why. The machines, Smith, don't need to understand the why, they only need to understand the what. What's going to happen? What am I going to do? What am I here to do? And that is Smith. What matters is whatever happened for a reason. That's it. He believes in determinism. He has his own path to follow, and that's it. Smith says, I killed you, Mr. Anderson, I watched you die, with a certain satisfaction, I might add. You go, wait a minute, how the hell can a machine, how can a robot feel satisfaction? Well then, let's take a step back and think to Rama in The Matrix Revolutions. He talks about love, and now he says the word love is not important. What's important is the connection the word implies. We're seeing the same thing here. Smith isn't feeling anything because he's a robot, he's just a program. What he is feeling in his mind is the electrical signal that the word satisfaction means. So to him, to a program, satisfaction could just mean completing a mathematical formula. I mean, that's what all he is, remember, he's just code, he's just numbers and letters, that's all he is. So this satisfaction of killing Neo is just completing his job, completing his task of being an agent of the system. So Smith says, something happened, something that I knew was impossible, but it happened anyway. Here, he's referring to himself being killed by Neo. So Smith is convinced that this was impossible because he was always told by the architect and the entire machine mainframe that he can't die. He's an agent of the system. He's just there to kind of hunt red pills and that's it. If you want to find out more about how agents are basically puppets of the machines, then please click in the top right corner right now. Here's another key sentence. Afterwards, I knew the rules, I knew what I was supposed to do, but I didn't. Here, he is referring to the machine mainframe, giving Smith the choice to either be deleted or face exile. This echoes what Neo was just discussing with the Oracle 5 minutes before in the park. The Oracle says that exiles are programs who are given the choice to either be deleted or exile. This is what Smith is. He was given the choice to either be deleted because, he was just destroyed by Neo, or he could choose exile. He chose exile. By that he means that he was fully aware that Neo was still alive, so therefore his job wasn't done. He was compelled to destroy Neo because Neo was still walking around, so Smith chose exile instead of deletion. This is quite interesting because it does basically mirror what Neo is. Neo is the guy who disobeyed, Neo is the guy who hates authority. That's what Smith is doing. This is why Smith is saying he's now connected to Neo in his mind, because they're both guys who disobey authority. Smith points to his ear and says, unplugged. Remember, he's referring to that earpiece that he wore in the first film. We already saw in the first Matrix film that Smith didn't really like the earpiece in the first place. Remember, he took it out to tell Morpheus his secret plan. So therefore, he always was a reasonably kind of rebellious kind of program. He says, I'm a new man, so to speak. This is referring to him having a kind of a rebirth, just like Neo did, really. Neo was killed and then became someone else. He became the One. That's what Smith has done. He's become a new man. Now he's got new powers. So that word apparently is another key kind of sign of Smith's whole character, and that is he still doesn't believe that humans should be free at all. He uses the word apparently because he doesn't believe that Neo's free, he doesn't believe that humans should be free, he believes humans should just be killed completely and machines inherit the entire Earth. So it's just more slight disdain from Smith, that word apparently. Here is a little bit of arrogance from, I suppose, both of them really. Neo has this arrogant congratulations line because Neo just generally hates authority and he hates people who may seek to keep him down. And then Smith says thank you in a smug way because, again, he is kind of like Neo. They're both slightly arrogant rebels, but that's why we love Neo. Smith says, this brings me back to the reason why we're here. Again, it's that focus on determinism for Smith. He always has a reason. He always says, I'm here for a reason, you're here for a reason, I must destroy you because that's inevitable. He says, we're not here because we're free, we're here because we're not free. So again, it slaps Neo in the face with his whole outlook on life. Like, Neo thinks he's free because he's broken free of the Matrix. Smith's saying, nah, not really, bruv. You're still inside the Matrix. You're still locked in this little cage. You've still got that head plug going into the back of your neck. I'm still pieces of code just floating around the machine mainframe server. So no, we're not really free. There is no escaping reason, no denying purpose. There we go. Those lines mean that's Smith in a nutshell. Determinism. I am only here for one reason, and that's the destruction of Neo. Now at this stage, that is exactly the opposite of what Neo feels. Neo's like, no. Humans don't have a reason to exist, we just exist. I'm a guy who was told to stay in my pod and behave well and don't kick up a fuss, and I said, nah, I'm denying that reason. I am here because I'm free. Whereas Smith is saying, purpose is the whole reason that we're here, but the reason he thinks that is because he is a program. That is literally true in Smith's case. He was only created to serve a purpose. The architect said, okay, we need some people to kind of keep an eye on all these human minds flying around the Matrix, so let's invent agents. So then they invented Smith, they invented all the others. So Smith is correct, but only in terms of programs. Now interestingly, at the very end of Neo's character arc, just before he dies, at the end of the Matrix Revolutions, he learns that he kind of does have a purpose, to sacrifice himself for the good of humanity. And that's the great awakening for Neo. He kind of goes, you were right all along, Smith. I'm here for a reason, and then he sacrifices himself and Deus Ex Machina sends the deletion code down through him to destroy Smith. But of course that's another issue. The point is, in this scene, Neo still believes, no, I don't have a purpose because I'm a human. And Smith goes, no, we do have a purpose because I'm a program. Thank you for watching that, everybody. If it was a help to you and you really liked learning about the Matrix lore, then please subscribe to Jam Punch and I'll be releasing a brand new Matrix Explained video every single week. My name is George, this is Jam Punch, and I'll see you next time.